one. Don't they know I'm making a video? Many years ago, once Steve Jashazer, one of the co-creators of Solution-Focused Brief Therapy, was asked what does he do when he develops a theory in his head about the clients that he's working with. And he jokingly said, or at least I think jokingly said, he shakes his head until the theory falls out. And when I heard that for the first time, and I heard that, years ago, I didn't really understand it. But today, something happened that really brought it home. See, in our field, we have this thing called confirmation bias. And what confirmation bias is you develop a theory about someone, and then confirmation bias causes you to listen for evidence that your theory about that person is accurate. And when you do that, instead of developing the story and allowing what the person you're talking to says to impact what you think, you start listening for evidence of your accuracy, and then you're no longer allowing what the person says to impact what you think. And I recently found myself stuck in a dynamic where I believe this confirmation bias is at play. And it's really, really hurtful. I was like, oh my gosh, this must be how clients feel. Because if I post something on social media, let's say, and someone watches it or someone reads it, and this happens all the time. Someone reads it and they develop theories about who I am as a person based upon what I put on social media. And sometimes they will respond and comment in really hurtful, inaccurate, wrong ways. And I find that if I engage in that person, if I engage with those people, and I'm like, no, that's actually not true. Here's what I was coming from, and here's what I meant, and here's who I am, and all those things. They're not listening to what I say because of their confirmation bias. They're listening for the evidence that their perspective is right, so they're no longer hearing what I say. It just becomes irrelevant. And gosh, it is frustrating, and man, it is hurtful. But today I realized oh my gosh, that's what Steve was talking about. Shaking your head until your theory falls out, because then you can protect yourself from confirmation bias. If you're gonna do solution-focused brief therapy well, then you have to allow the client to co-construct with you. Meaning, there's a meaning-making process that happens in the session, which means I can't go into the conversation with a preconceived notion about my client, who they are, and what they think, and how they go about things, because that bias will lead me astray. And we're all subjected to it. That's just how it works. But it was such an interesting experience to go through that, to watch people form opinions about me, which happens all the time, I guess. But engage me in their opinion of me and not allow me to contribute to that opinion changing. It's so interesting. So listen, here's my word of warning. Be careful, be cautious, and watch your confirmation bias.